In this video we are going to take a close look at the Sega Dreamcast that had every modification that you can actually buy, or in other words, the ultimate Sega Dreamcast. So let's go. Hey, welcome back to the channel. It's awesome that you're tuning in. In today's video we're going to be doing a chit chat about the ultimate Sega Dreamcast money can buy. So this comes with an SSD built in, a breadband adapter and all kinds of cool gimmicks. Terra Onion is a company that makes this modification for Sega Saturn, but also for the Sega Dreamcast, where we can slap in an SSD and have like the ultimate overall experience. Still find it quite interesting to see that we can use the same PCB for, the Dreamcast and the Sega Saturn. So if you want to, you can actually like get a different drive and slap this thing on the Saturn if you want to. However, I love that you can use a SATA 2.5-inch hard drive, or in this case, an SSD. A very rare thing is the breadband adapter or the RJ45 Ethernet connection, and with this we have the option to even play online. Some games are still enabled, like Quake 3, but of course not a lot of people will still play on them. However, I picked up this product from a fellow collector, and when it comes to these devices, they go for a premium price. Sega Dreamcast consoles are getting more expensive every single year, but if you're going to be finding one with all kinds of cool features like this, oh boy, it's going to be an expensive one. But let's do a quick unboxing and let's do a quick overview and just play some games. Oh man, I love sliding these things, it's so much fun. However, this thing also has the retro is cool modification case. There is a version out there from AliExpress if they're still selling it now. However, you can just swap out the cases and that is kind of cool. But this is from the brand This Is Cool, or what I understand of. This is a completely different company. So opening up, the downside is a little bit that you don't have any cool thing that has been filling up this space. You know, with the GDMU having the SSD or the SD card you can basically pull out, but that's not the case over here. However, I love this translucent casing, and this looks, or it's like actually semi-translucent. So in here we're finding also the modification done to the PSU. So that's been removed for an external one. We're having the normal connections over here, but in here we're finding is this a mini HDMI? I almost went to say micro, but it's a mini HDMI because this thing also comes with HDMI built in, and they having the RJ45 connection. So he needed to modify the case and slide a little bit. He did an okay job when it comes to that. However, this is just actually the ultimate machine because this can do it all. But let's do a quick overview, but also a teardown and just play some games, of course. Okay, so let's see what is inside of the second box. And he told me something. He had like a second case, and I got actually in this deal. Oh crap! Ugh. So with this we do have an original, or at least the original case, what I'm guessing it is, but it's kind of cool. So what I can actually do is getting this thing used for a different system. However, we don't have the side adapter anymore because I think that he used it over there. So that's a little bit unfortunate part. There's also kind of stuff laying around, but we're going to be using this case maybe with a different build. But making the set complete, we also have the original Sega controller, because to have like the ultimate overall kit, you need to have the same kind of controller. I do love that they used the same kind of, let's say, gray color like the original controller, and combined with the translucent back, or semi-translucent. Here you can see this is translucent, but the top part is actually all that like black translucent that we have with the system itself. And he also implemented the kit with the right, let's say, VMU or memory card. So let's slide this thing in and let's power this bad boy on. The Dreamcast is so much more silent with the built-in knock to off, and I think that's an upgrade everybody should do, because sometimes these original fans sound like a freaking vacuum cleaner. But turn on, we're having over here the program itself. If you add it yourself to games, it's going to be a plug and play situation. But when booting up, this is the menu we're having. So in the middle we're finding the massive list of games that we're going to be added to the device itself. Pressing the cross will give you extra game options, including the option to have covers. They have not been implemented, so that's a little bit of a downside. However, it doesn't spoil the fun. So let's put it back to the list. Auto region patch, auto VGA patch, and many other cool things that we actually have. And in here we're having the list of games that we've added of the collection, and in this case we can just easily boot it up. Pressing A will boot up the game, and almost instant load. But if you want to get into the menu and switch things out, so what you can actually do is holding the back buttons, start and X and A. In here we can change out all kinds of cool stuff. So in this digital HDMI solution, we have all kinds of cool stuff like the output resolution. So here we can change it out to all the way up to 1080p if you want to, using left and right triggers to go in and out the menu. We're having even de-interlation if you want to, and all kinds of cool stuff. Scan lines can even be implemented. They are enabled, so I'm going to be turning them off because I personally don't like them. Video mode settings, force to VGA, even that is freaking possible. We can update the firmware and even having Wi-Fi setup. I think the convenient thing about SSD is not only having your collection super easy to basically start up, but also the way how it works. It's super fast and it works absolutely amazing. And with the HDMI upscaler, the games looks absolutely great. Whee! And with this way, it's so much easier to play. 4-player mode. That's something I need to try in the future. However, let's check out and let's play some Giga Wing 2. Man, this is such a cool game. I really love my shmups, and I think that is one of the reasons I still have a Dreamcast, because it has so many legendary shmup games. Playing through emulation is great, however, if you're having an expensive Dreamcast, because that's actually what it is with all of the cool features, playing it is just another cool way. And let's shut down the scan lines again. Oh, that's so much better. And one of the cool ways, if you want to reset it, we can actually do that through the software, saying, okay, I want to reset the system. Yep, I really want to reset it now. And reset it and go back to the menu for choosing a different game. You know, when it comes to Sega Dreamcast, there are so many hidden gems on this. Power Stone 2, oh, I love this game. Whoa, that rumble motor is quite aggressive. I think it has been many years that I've been actually using a rumble pack inside of the Dreamcast itself. A feature that you should have. I don't know if they're going to be expensive now, because you never know when you're watching this video. And when it comes to the rumble motor or these rumble packs, some of them can become quite expensive, particularly when it comes to the original parts. Capcom vs SNK was one of those games. That was the first game I played on my Sega Dreamcast relating to fighting games. And this didn't disappoint. I love the Capcom franchise and also SNK. So for me it was like the perfect mix. It was also interesting that you had like different characters that you can choose from both of the sides, or Capcom and SNK. Combining Ryu with Terry Bogard is absolutely awesome. You know, both of my favorite characters. But the visual wise, even now with the HDMI upscaled 1080p, this game looks so great. If they were to release it on PlayStation 5, I would just buy it again and play it and enjoy it. However, when it comes to the fighting and the control of the Dreamcast, I love it. Like the D-pad on this thing, the form factor. They've been releasing all kinds of new controllers, making the fighting games even better. I do wonder how many people were actually playing Sonic Adventure 2 on the Sega Dreamcast, because they had released this game on the GameCube later on. Let me know in the comments. But Sonic Adventure 2, I must say that I was more a fan of the franchise, the two-dimensional franchise. But still, I really like this game, and I've played it so much. With all the kind of different, like say, characters you could play with, and of course the two side stories, having the good side and the evil side with Robotnik, like this part. I just love it. But how about the system itself? Let's do a quick teardown. I really enjoyed myself, and with the HDMI functionality and the SSD on the inside, this is just an ultimate cool way to play. So opening it up, what you need to do is removing the Ethernet adapter. And then we're going to be removing the screws at the side. Not this particular one, we're guessing, because this is going to be having different functions. So we're not going to be touching that. So all of the screws have been removed, so let's lift up the cover itself. What I can do is also reuse the original one and replace this one, but just going to leave it as it is. So in here we're finding some quite an interesting, let's say, modification that has been done. So let's do a quick overview of that. So let's start off with the PSU. This has been replaced by the Pico Dreamcast version 1.1, and this is not, let's say, the typical, let's say, PSU you can find on AliExpress. The cable has been, like I say, put there quite nicely. It's a little bit too long, I'm guessing, but in here we're finding a 3D printed piece that covers up the hole and putting the input plug in place. Something they're always forgetting is this battery and its holder, because the original one cannot be replaced that easily and you need to resolder these things. And one of my Sega Dreamcast I picked up from AliExpress from a very long time ago, they didn't replace it. And that's always like a little bit of a downside because they are not very expensive. And over here, the Noctua fan, already mentioned before, this is very silent, and Noctua is a great brand for making vents. And the color is maybe not the best color out there, but it's more one of the authentic, let's say, colors the Noctua fans have, in combination with the 3D printed part, and replacing it and making it look cool. The previous owner did put in a Sega sticker on it. It looks kind of cool, it looks so much better than the original brand name, but in combination with the SATA and the SSD, this is just the ultimate way to go to. So there you have it, the ultimate Sega Dreamcast with every modification that can be done to the device itself. So yeah, if you want to get one of these things, yeah, there are many different ways to find them, but also you can buy them with the GDMU and they're just fine. Just an SD card in here, 512 gigabyte, and you can do actually the same thing. Only the HDMI solution that you find in the inside, those things are very expensive, and making those Sega Dreamcast ultimate, but also super expensive now. But there you have it, the ultimate Sega Dreamcast with every modification that can be done to the device itself. But this is something you should consider depending how much love you have for the Sega Dreamcast. So when it comes to the kit itself with the nice controller, and always take consideration that these things can wear out, so you always need to double check if the controller is still perfect or pristine, good working condition. Oh man. Where there are so many emulation ways to go to, I still love to prefer to play on original hardware. Thank you all for watching, consider subscribing, and it will be great to see you in the next video.